welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video. Quite a while. I've been very busy lately. So today I'm making another handbag. To tell you the truth, I've already started, so I'm sorry you don't get to see it as I'm creating it, but I will show you. So this is my concept of my new bag, if you guys can see that. Testing out my new phone. I have the Motorola Razr 40 Ultra, and so I'm just learning how to use all of the functions. Okay, so here's my outer part of the bag. These are the front and back panels. This is going to be the floor of the bag, so that's the bottom. I've already stitched that in. There's already batting to give it a bit of a soft squishy feel, and each of these little panels are applique on, so I've just used some basting spray, and I've used some basting spray, and I've attached each I guess cutout onto the batting with that spray, and then I've gone around stitched, straight stitched all the way around the edge, as close as I could, then followed by doing a applique zigzag stitch, so just a really close zigzag stitch. I think it was 0.3 millimeters in length, and I think I did a width of a 5, so if you can see, it was very fluffy. There's a lot of fluff, but so I've just done that just to add all of the pieces. But yeah, so I started doing that last night, and you can see that's what it looks like on the other side. So you can see where I've stitched all of the pieces. So that's going to be my new handbag. Now, just to show you guys the vision, just going to quickly clip these pieces together. So just bear with me for a second. Okay, so essentially it's going to be something like this. Okay, so there's the bottom of the bag. That's the top, or the front facing part of it. And you can see it's kind of like triangled. So tighter at the top, boxed at the bottom. I wanted it to be a fairly generous sized tote. So a little bit deeper than wide, but I think this is going to be a nice sort of handbag. And I really liked this fabric. I really liked the design, so I cut out each piece individually that I liked, and then I just stuck it on the batting and then appliqued each panel just to sort of layer them all together. So hopefully it'll kind of look something like this, and I'll put these side seams on the inside, as well as the box corners as well. So I like that it's got a nice wide base in there, so I can fit a fair bit of stuff in there. It's going to be just a large sort of tote handbag. I'm thinking of putting some faux leather, same as underneath here, for the top part of the bag, followed by the same faux leather for the straps. I think I want to also incorporate straps on the panel itself, so 2 handles, one on each side, so you can carry it in your hands, but also I think I also want to do normal straps so that you can, you know, have it over your shoulder. I was going to make it just a soft sort of bag, but then I feel like I want to add a bit more structure to it. So internally I was deciding on what I was going to do the inside like. So I'm thinking along the lines of possibly doing the faux leather on the inside. That'll help give it a bit more rigidity. I don't have any foam batting, so I was thinking what I could put inside there to stiffen the panels, but I want them to still have some sort of flexibility without being, you know, too rigid. I can't put obviously cardboard in there because the cardboard would bend and, you know, deform and it wouldn't look nice. So, and you could put plastic panels in there to stiffen it, or padded foam, that sort of thing. But I decided that I still want it to be a little on the softer side. So I'm thinking I may lay down another layer of batting. So sandwich another layer of this quilt batting, and then I will do another cutout of the same shapes of these panels with the faux leather. So the inside will be all faux leather, so it'll be easy to clean and maintain, and it will give it a little bit of stiffening. It'll sort of give it a bit more bulk and structure. So I'm planning on doing that on the inside, and I think for this bag that I want to do a bit more pockets, a lot more pockets than my other bags. My other bags generally only have two sort of phone sized sleeve pockets, and then on the other side is another one for my glasses. Now I wear prescription sunglasses as well as glasses, mostly for nighttime driving, and then sunglasses for daytime. I'm generally fine with seeing up close. It's just distance wise that I have issues with seeing. So I want to have two pockets, one for my normal glasses and then one for my sunglasses in there. And then I think I'll do another few smaller pockets, possibly for, you know, maybe medication, or, you know, that has a little bit of a zip situation. So I've got some already pre-made pockets that I was given from a lovely friend, and I think I might incorporate some of those to sort of bulk it out, give it a sort of a different look where it'll have like some zipped pockets as well, and that way stuff's not going to fall out and roll around in the bag. So I think that's the vision I have for it. I wanted it to be flexible enough that, you know, it's not going to be an issue turning it inside out, and because I'm going to have to stitch it inside out and then flip it around. But I was thinking possibly that I could also put something in there to stiffen the side panels, but then I thought, no, I think I really want it to sort of have a bit of softness and that. So because my other bags that I've used bag foam, and it is quite expensive. It's not very cheap, and I only ever buy it when it's on sale. So whilst I still have a lot of quilt batting, I thought, well, it's already got it, so I might as well use it, and I could add several layers of that batting, and that will help start stiffening those panels, and it'll give it more of a puffy, soft feel. So I figured I could just add another layer on top, and then followed by the faux leather on top, and I will glue that down with the basting spray. And then when I stitch the panels together, I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bind it from the inside. So basically all these panels here are going to be stitched, well, the bag's going to be stitched inside out, like so. So I can join these two. So if you could imagine having another layer of quilt batting, and then I would put the faux leather with pockets and sleeves and everything like that, and then these seams, when I join them all together to give them a nice clean finish, I think I will also use, hopefully I'll have enough leather to faux leather to then bind the edges, and then that way it will just give it a cleaner finish. And those several layers of fabrics, and the faux leather will hopefully create a bit of a boning situation where it'll sort of stiffen those corners, and it'll keep the bag in that sort of more upright sort of configuration. Now, as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, wow, that is actually quite wide. But then I'm always complaining about my bag's not big enough, and then I'm like, oh, the bag's too big and then too little, and then what? So I just want this to be more of an everyday run around tote. And I thought, well, I'm going to create something, see how it turns out. And I thought this is a little bit more of an easier type of project to do, so I figured I'll just try it and see what happens. So yeah, I'm going to pretty much not film this whole process because it is quite tedious, and I can't be bothered. But I'm going to probably just film some bits and pieces, and I'll take lots of photos, and I'll just do maybe another short video on how I make my bags, or some of my bags, especially in the future. And because I just want to, share my creativity with you guys, I'm just going to sort of just do it in this way where I just film a little bit, talk a little bit, and then I'll have some subtitle sort of things flash up if I feel like I need to explain certain things. But yeah, so this is just a look and learn sort of situation. So thank you for joining me, and enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the near future. So see you then, and I hope you enjoy watching me make this bag. Okay, bye.
in the office, making those designs and loving what you're doing. Yeah. Life's so short and you're making the best of it, doing what you love and not wasting a moment, because those magic